Manchester United won, Copenhagen 0. A massive, massive win for Manchester United. The first win of the Champions League group stage. Unlikely heroes, missed chances, penalty saves. Just that game had, after what you might have expected from the first half being the most boring thing ever, that game ended up having it all, didn't it?
Oh my, I'm absolutely exhausted from that last 15 minutes. I mean, redemption it is for Harry Maguire getting the winner, and Onana after making howlers against Munich and Galatasaray. I'm really chuffed for the pair of them. Nothing more than Manchester United deserved, to be honest. I thought the second half when Eriksen came on was a completely different game. Like the first half we were boring as hell. Really, really was. I don't think Copenhagen threatened after the first 10-15 minutes, but it was real dire football. Made that substitution, took the handbrake off at half-time, and we were a far better team. We could have been 2-3 up if Garnacho and Rashford take their chances, but my Lord, the last fucking 10 minutes.
That was just, I mean, almost a nightmare, wasn't it? I mean, let's start from the end and work our way backwards. So that penalty gets given, essentially the last kick of the game. Well, it was the last kick of the game. The corner was never taken. United at that point were staring down the barrel of 1 point after 3 games. We would have been bottom of the group. We would have been, 3 points behind Galatasaray, having already lost to them. So the head-to-head record is not good either. We had a worse goal difference than Galatasaray, a worse goal difference than Copenhagen. It would have been a disaster if that had gone in. And for Onana, who's, first couple of games, some people were praising him, but has largely faced nothing but stick since he joined United. Some of it justified, some of it way over the top. People just fulfilling this narrative that they already had about him. For him to save that with a good save as well could be such a massive moment, not just for the Champions League, but for his career at United, couldn't it?
Oh, certainly. I mean, for his career and for Manchester United seasons, how many times have we seen moments like this that, that have made seasons go from being absolutely abysmal into, challenging for things? It was a game that we sort of turned the corner on a lot of accounts. How many times have we conceded a goal after scoring? I think I said at the beginning of the game, six times we've conceded within 6 minutes of scoring. That didn't happen tonight. We've only kept one clean sheet, 2 clean sheets this season. We've got another one tonight. That was great. The passing, the fluidity in the second half was brilliant. But for Onana, that will mean everything. You could sort of see the weight of relief. I think when he first saved it, he thought that the game was going to carry on. So he was like looking around, but once he realised a full-time whistle, he sort of put his head in his teammates' shoulders, and rightly so, because he's had criticism and some of it is due, but the extent of it, I'm not too sure whether that was justified. And now that wasn't like an easy penalty save that was straight at him. Strong right arm that stopped the ball going in the back of the net. But that could be the reason and save Manchester United's season, because we would have been out of the Champions League without a shadow of a doubt if we'd dropped points tonight. I just can't see if it was making it, and then the knock-on effect from another disastrous end to a game. But that wasn't the case. It was exhilarating, and it ended up that we got the rub of the green that we haven't had in a lot of the games. Yeah,
and it was rub of the green to a certain extent, but it was also, just like you said, just a good save.
Yeah,
and the penalty shout, I think I'd like to see another angle of it. I'm not saying it wasn't a penalty, but it was one of them where I didn't see a lot of contact, a lot of collision. It was sort of McTominay's leg sort of brushed up the side of someone, and they judged it to have kicked him in the head. Fair enough. He was swinging and he didn't get the ball. I get it, but for Onana to do that is just such a massive moment. Hopefully, and I've had a few of these massive moments, haven't we? We saw against Brentford where Scott McTominay comes on, scores 2 goals, and we win the game. And then you see it again against Sheffield United, where obviously it wasn't huge moments, but we scrap and we have to fight and we win the game. And tonight, I thought that second half was one of our better performances this season.
Yeah.
Where up until obviously giving away a penalty, which is a massive chance for them, they barely had a chance in the second half. They kind of had some half chances. They got in some dangerous positions, which we need to cut out. But in terms of Onana having to make saves, there wasn't much of that in the second half. And United, Garnacho was through on goal twice. Rashford was through on goal. I think we had other shots just wide, shots blocked inside the box. Bruno Fernandes having shots blocked. It was a much, much better performance in the second half. And a lot of that came down to Christian Eriksen. I want to talk about him because, once again, and unfortunately, we didn't really get a chance to talk about it after Galatasaray because we ended up losing the game. Not his fault. It's another really, really impressive substitute appearance from Christian Eriksen, wasn't it? Because the whole game turned on its head when he came on.
Yeah.
Our ability to make chances, play the ball out, just so much better.
He just comes on like a composer for an orchestra. The way he comes on, it's
Yeah.
so elegant and slick with his one-touch passing and sort of seeing runs and stuff. The ball for Maguire was exquisite to land on Maguire's head, and it wasn't an easy header to take by no stretch. But yeah, every time he's come on, it's such a shame that we can't get 90 minutes out of him week in, week out, because we could definitely do with him. But once he came onto the pitch, Manchester United were a different beast altogether. And whether that was a tactical decision by Ten Hag to try and sort of nullify Copenhagen, who were quite, they attacked us strong in the first 15 minutes. They didn't really have that many goal threats, but they had like a lot of passing around us, doing triangles around us. And we played really boring football in the first half, but second half it really showed what Manchester United is about. And you made reference there to the Brentford game. I was fearful when McTominay got the winner in that game that might have been a flash in the pan, that we'll go after the international break and we're right back where we were. Sheffield United again wasn't the greatest of performances, but Diogo Dalot scores a beautiful winner for that. And then tonight, we've built on that again. First half wasn't great, but the second half was a really, really good performance. So what that shows me is a team that's got a lot of fight in them. We're still missing a lot of players, and we're just building on game on game on game. And there's a lot to be optimistic going forward. Is it second half? Brilliant. I thought it was.
Yeah. I thought it was much better. We've got a few super chats. Get your chats in, get your comments in. I'll go into the comments as well as the super chat. Sasha Saini says it's in our blood to do it this way. Always done it the hard way and come out on top. Let's go, boys. Big win. Danny Foster says, fair play to Maguire last run of games. Dalot class again. That's the spark for the rest of the season. The Wabbit says, freed from desire. Our goalie came from... Oh, so this is a chant. He's come up with it, right? So, to the tune of freed from desire, our goalie came from Inter. His passing shits us up. How am I getting this right? But Ten Hag says he's mint, so he's our strong belief. Oh, no.
I don't know whether you did that a disservice or... No, it's not for me.
Our goalie came from Inter, his passing shits us up. But Ten Hag says he's mint, so he has our strong belief. Oh, no.
There we go, that's better.
Bit better, wasn't it? Sorry about that, absolutely butchered that.
Butchered it.
I couldn't work out where we were starting, we started the chorus, is it anyway, we got it in the end. Harry Maguire, speaking after the game, says, I've been given an opportunity now, and I just want to be here to help the team and get this club back to where it should be. I thought he was good again today. Obviously, getting the win, I thought he had a decent game against Sheffield United. It's nice to just... I mean, he's not really gone under the radar in the end because he scored the winner. But defensively, he's had a couple of games where he's just gone under the radar, just done the right things. Not an outstanding performance, but just one without conversation points. It's nice to see, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, how many times have we watched Varane play and we've won the game and never really sang his praises? Because you don't want to be talking about your central defenders when you're winning football matches. And yeah, he did a solid job today, and he ended it with getting the winner. I thought Varane was brilliant again at the back. I thought he was really composed. In fact, across the back four, we were saying before the game, it's nice to have 4 defenders that are playing in a position that they're supposed to be playing. Obviously, Reguilon went off because I think he might be still carrying a bit of a knock, and then Lindelof came on and did a decent job. But again, we build on that, and it's the biggest challenge of the season at home against City on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we got Onana. Harry Maguire talking about the game. And winning talk about Bobby Charlton. He said, definitely it was meant to be. We were meant to win the game. A magnificent save and a win dedicated to Sir Bobby and his family. Of course, I mean, just great to get the win in it. And let's just look at that in the context of the group. I know I mentioned it before, but if we get that up, obviously Group A, Bayern Munich played 3, won 3, 9 points. Pretty standard for Bayern Munich. Second is Galatasaray, played 3, won 1, drawn 1, lost 1, 4 points. Third in the group, Manchester United, played 3, won 1, drawn none, lost 2, 3 points. Copenhagen, played 3, won 0, drawn 1, lost 2, 1 point. So 1 point off Galatasaray. We've now got Copenhagen to play away. Galatasaray have to play Bayern Munich at the Allianz. If we beat Copenhagen, you would hope and assume maybe that we may leapfrog Galatasaray if they drop points to Bayern Munich. Obviously, we will.
And a 2-point lead on them as well.
Would be great if Bayern obviously beat them at the Allianz. How does that feel looking at that now?
It feels a lot more it feels better than it did like 15 minutes ago when I thought it might be only
having bottom of the group.
Yeah, we're only having 1 point. But the thing is, Bayern Munich beat Galatasaray. They're definitely through, which means we've got to face Bayern Munich that will probably put a weakened team out. So we could optimistically try and scrape a point against Bayern at home. Failing that, we'd only have to go to Galatasaray and maybe get a draw.
Yeah, well, so I think
depending on how they got on against Copenhagen.
Yes, so that it'll be us versus Copenhagen next, Galatasaray playing Bayern Munich. Then the one after that is us versus Galatasaray, isn't it?
And Bayern Munich's the last one.
And then Bayern Munich's the last one.
Yeah.
So you would assume that Bayern Munich, like you said, will be through already by the time we play them again. And Galatasaray will be desperate for a win against Copenhagen. But if Bayern Munich could, for some reason, rotate a little bit, save
but it's all in our hands now, isn't it?
Yeah.
You think, whereas before it wasn't.
Yeah, absolutely. Get your comments in, get your thoughts in. Kyle Finney says, good boost before City. Hopefully that can help us not concede as much. I mean, how does that, let's say that game ends 1-1.
Yeah.
How different is that in a mood for you as a fan? For your, how do you think that would affect the players going into that game against City at the weekend compared to now? We've won the game.
If we'd have dropped points, then I thought we would have been getting trounced against City on Sunday. I just thought that the morale again would have took a massive beating. But with Onana saving that like he did and Maguire scoring the winner, I'm thinking that United could beat City 3-0 on Sunday and 21 still on.
Yes!
Factually correct.
It is. I mean, yeah, technically, we can still win the league.
And we can still win the Champions League.
That's true. The treble's still on. We're through to the next round of the FA Cup.
And City can't even say that, can they?
Are they out?
They're out of the FA Cup.
Oh, shit, I forgot about that. Are they?
They're out of the FA Cup, aren't they?
Are City out of the FA Cup? Out of the Carabao. Are they out of the FA Cup as well? City FA Cup.
No, the quadruple's off. Oh, we can still do the quadruple.
Yeah, City can't do the quadruple, but we can.
Yeah, but we can.
Absolutely love that. Fantastic. Right. I mean, actually, last question. Akash Solomon says, why was Amrabat subbed off instead of McTominay? When Bruno, Rashford and Højlund got more of the ball, they all looked infinitely better in the second half. Just need more tempo in getting them the ball. I'm not sure why he picked Amrabat over McTominay. However, what we can look at is the results, which is that change made United a lot better. And you don't know that keeping Amrabat on would have been as good. Do you know what I mean? I think judge it based on its results, and I think we were much more dangerous in the second half with Eriksen and McTominay.
Yeah, certainly. I don't know. I thought Amrabat had a decent first half, and I was surprised that it didn't go off. But for whatever reason, he did what he did, and it worked. You don't question decisions when they come off.
Yeah, exactly. FPL Mickle says, thoughts on Reguilon? He looked okay. I thought got tired, didn't he?
I think so. I think if he were to sign for United, he'd jump over Malacia in terms of pecking order of left backs.
Yeah. And
Shaw's always liked a long-term injury every single season. So yeah, I thought it was good, and he offered Marcus Rashford something to when he was overlapping him down the left-hand side. Gutted for Marcus tonight. I think he was the only man who could have done with something else out of it to get a little bit of redemption, but that's coming on Sunday against Manchester City.
It is coming on Sunday. Right, that is going to be all from us. Manchester United 1, Copenhagen 0. Onana and Maguire with the goals, and on a night dedicated to Sir Bobby Charlton, any man associated with Manchester United would have absolutely loved to watch that, let alone the greatest player in the history of Manchester United. So thank you to Bobby Charlton for everything he did for Manchester United, and thank you for watching at home. This has been the review of Manchester United 1, Copenhagen 0. We'll see you in a bit.